What's going on, everybody? Wild Time here with another weekly mailbox clear out for you all. What I made this week over 2 realms, several characters, several professions. To make it a little bit easier, I've marked timestamps down in the description below. So if you're interested in like alchemy or blacksmithing or whatever, you can skip around and sort of see what I did in each one of those. Now, depending on the week, it varies. I don't always put as much time into one as the other, so it's beneficial to watch the video all the way through because you're going to get a lot of great tips and tricks at different parts in there. But I understand for ease of access, some people want the timestamps, so they're down there for the people that would like them. Also, link for the Discord. Go ahead and join that. Join the WoW community that we're building here. We do mainly gold making and Mythic Plus, and really whatever else is sort of going on in the game at the time. So feel free to do that. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what we had last week. We're going to go by the week. So last week we had 4.433 million, so 4,433,000 gold last week, and then this week we're down to 4,327,000. So right now we're negative 110k, but that's just because we haven't opened up any of our sales. So let's start to do that now. This is Ham Sandwich, my main Alchemy and Inscription. Inscription has really sort of fallen off, although you can still make some gold with certain things. Alchemy, this is typical for the medium expansion anyway. The costs go down for alchemy, but you can still make pretty good gold on some stuff here, like the endless tinctures. Old school Legion pattern. A lot of people are using this for leveling and also for the Mage Tower still. Vial of the Sands, this cost, I'm actually making more gold now than I was before the merger because the mats have gone down. But the mount has not, and it is not realm, it is still realm specific, so I'm making almost 5-6k more on those. But if you look down through here, like Potion of Spectral Agility right now, Widow Bloom is going for like 13 gold, so we're making those for a lot cheaper than we normally would. Normally those are like 17, 18, 20 gold each, and then the Spectral Agility is selling for 73. So here's the thing with alchemy. You could craft 100 of these and make 900. You're making 9 gold a piece, right? You could also just go out and herb and get, 2 or 3 Widow Blooms or whatever you decide to go out and get, and you could be making 15 each off of those. So you could be, it depends on how you want to spend your time. If you want to take a few minutes to craft a bunch up and sell them, or if you just want to go out there and do herbing, because you're making more off of like one single herb than you are off of one single crafted potion at this point. So you have to make that call. Anyway, let's look and see what we got. 126k on Ham Sandwich this week. So let's look at some of the things here. Vial of the Sands, I sold 2 of them. One for 40, almost 45k here, and then one for 38k. So the price did drop, but as long as I'm making, gold off of it, I tend to drop it a little bit. I'm not going to drastically drop it, but this was okay for me. So I sold 2 of those. I could probably sell more, honestly. I make one at a time. I should probably just start making like 3 or 4 at a time, honestly. That's probably what I should start doing, because when I make like one at a time and then I sell one, I'm like, oh, I'll just make another one. But it's sort of a pain in the butt to gather all materials and stuff like that. So I had to just front load it and do them all at once, do 3 or 4, sell them throughout the week. Abyssal Eel, this is a pet, and made pretty good gold with this throughout the expansion. I get this from Polished Pet Charms in Stormsong Valley. I think it costs 75 Polished Pet Charms. Endless Tincture of Renewed Combat right here, sold for 3,000, and we're making almost 3,000 gold on that. So that's actually really good. And I sell those like crazy, honestly. The only thing about those is that you need Expulsum, right? So Expulsum, if you don't have any, you have to go to like let's see where we're going here. You got to go to your scrapper, and it's either in Borealis or what is it, Dazarlar, I guess. Your main cities in Zandalar Quartiers for Horde and for Alliance. So sometimes you can get lucky and you can get quests that you turn in like 10 or 20 of an item and you get like 5 of them or something. But if not, you just have to go and actually do the scrapping of like hide spray and linen bracers or something like that to get them. But it's totally worth it to stockpile on them because you make a lot of gold on them. Potion of Phantom Fire. I did manage to sell quite a bit of potions for what I normally do. Spectral Agility, 4,700 there. Potion of Phantom Fire, 91 of them for 10,000. And they're selling really fast now. Here's another Endless Tincture of Renewed Combat for 3,000. Another Endless Tincture. So even though I didn't craft a whole lot of stuff on this guy this week, I mean, the stuff that I did craft, I mean, this is almost 10k profit probably just right here, right? So it doesn't take long at all. Sold 3 of them. Some glyphs and some more potions. So let's go ahead and open that for 126k. Now, I did make a mistake this week, I think. I bought the reusable Eternal Augment rune for 40k after I hit Exalted with the Enlightened rep. But at this point in the game, the Veiled Augment runes, the throwaway ones, are like 15, 16 gold. So I would have to play like over 2,300 hours, like 2,000 plus hours to be able to make this worth it. So this is pretty much a 40,000 gold loss for me this week, but that happened. All right, let's see just specifically on this character. I'm interested to see how much we made just on one. Looks like total profit 18k. So is that right? Yeah, this was here. Yeah. So like I said, the biggest thing is this would have been a lot more, but I dropped the 40k, right? So figure you add 40k to this, it would have been 58k that I would have made this this week, but I spent the 40 on the dumb rune thing there, so that took a hit. But yeah, Vial of the Sand's the biggest one. So okay, so I mean that hurt. 40k gone because I didn't pay attention to what I was doing before I did it. Let's see if we sold anything else while we were doing this, and we did. It looks like we sold some more potions here, some Shrouded Cloth, some Silken Protofiber, and then I've got another Endless Tincture listed. Alright, so let's move on. Okay, Deadly Wedgie, Leatherworking and Skinning. Didn't do a lot with this guy anymore this week either because I've been mainly doing like some PvE content and stuff like that on my monk. But that doesn't mean that we didn't sell anything, so let's see what we got. Leather Love Seat. Okay, this is a good one. 3,300 gold. This is actually from Legion. And yeah, so Leather Love Seat right here. You need 10 Fellhide to make it. Fellhide has dropped greatly in price. And some Stonehide Leather, which also dropped in price. So you see here we're selling for 3,500. We're making about 2,700 gold on it. So that's a pretty good one there. And a lot of this other stuff is just little stuff that I've sold from the mission tables. Knothide Leather, I did farm up some of that when I was doing Cleftuff farming. Price on that dropped as well. These shade-bound things right here, this is pretty good. I'm making 400 gold on these, 600 gold on these, so that's not bad. Berean Leather. I think I've got a video coming up about the Berean Leather farm. I did it live the other day if it was still worth it or not in the Ruby Sanctum. Just keep your eye out for that. But yeah, sold it for 2,000 gold, and this probably took about 20 minutes to get all these, and then you get the Berean Leather, plus you get the Icy Dragon Scales, plus you get the Arctic Fur, and you can see all these sold together. Same with the heavy Berean Leather, so all this sold relatively quickly together here. Thick Cleftuff Leather used to go for 300 or 400 gold a piece. Now it is not. It's going for like 40 or 50, but still not a bad farm because you get the Knothide Leather and stuff with it. Just some more desolate things. 11k. All right. Next one. All right, Beard of War. Let's see. Blacksmithing and Engineering. Again, blacksmithing has been a really big gold maker for me this season, and in 9.2.5 and 9.2.7. Haven't spent a lot of time though. Engineering as well has been a really big gold maker for me. Not the current engineering, but like everything like BFA back, especially Legion. I've been doing really well with Legion stuff. If you look now, this Mechabot imprint matrix, I sold one of these for like 18K, I think. Right now they're going for 44K. I've never seen anybody buy them for that price, but that's what they're going for. So let's see what we got. 19,000 minimal work on this guy. Sold some maces, just some little stuff here. Ceremonious sabatons. Here's probably the biggest one. The Mechabot imprint matrix for 18K. So that's pretty good. And yeah, so not a lot here. Let's go ahead and clear it out. But I talk a lot about that Mechabot imprint matrix. You need Blood of Sargeras to make that. So yesterday they had 2 world quests for 19 and a world quest for 5. So like 23 altogether, which gave me enough after like 5 minutes doing those world quests to make another Mechabot imprint matrix. So that sells really well. All right, let's go ahead and check out our next one. Okay, Deadly Wedgie. Deadly Wedgie is tailoring and enchanting. Again, haven't done much lately. I sold some bags and stuff like that. But yeah, you can still make gold with tailoring and enchanting. But enchanting is very much like alchemy, I find. Like, it just depends on how much the stuff is going for. The mats have dropped drastically, and like, you know, you're making 6 gold here, 4 gold here. So if you want to click like enchant vellum 100 times to make 600 gold, you know, or 100 times to make 900 gold, you can do that. I think that there's probably better ways to make gold. But one of the things that I do is when I do the Berean leather farm, I'll send over some frostweave cloth, and I'll turn that into like imbued frostweave or something like that to sort of squeeze a little bit more gold out of that farm. Let's see what we did get though this week. 6,600. Oh, looks like we had some deep sea bags there that were didn't sell. We did have some that did sell though. So here's something interesting about these deep sea bags. Here's a tip for you tailors out there. So they dropped, right, of course, but you're making 55 gold on each one. So you got to look, because the current bags are, where's the current bags at? Right here. Shrouded cloth bag, okay, right here. Your 30 slot bag, you're losing 14 gold on it. But if you make the deep sea bags, it's also a 30 slot bag and you're making 55 gold on it. And the nylon thread is super cheap, and then all this stuff is super cheap, the mats for it. So maybe you should look into making deep sea bags instead of the silk pouches at this point. Still, you know, you craft them and you make 50 gold or whatever. I was making more here, like 100 gold off each. So just bags, right? I was just doing a little bag experiment. Bags, lightless silk pouch, lightless silk pouch, lightless silk pouch, and then on down. So some bags, almost 6K worth of bags. Let's open that up. And then did I sell some imbued frostweave cloth? I don't remember. But with the frostweave here, when I do the Berean leather farm, I basically just type in frostweave and I see what I can make gold on. Like here, you know, you're making 3 gold on it, but it's still, you know, it's a little something, right? So like right now I can make 100 of them, so that'd be 300 gold extra than if I just sold them straight out like that. And then you just have to go down here. I mean, you can make gold on some of this stuff, but a lot of it's transmog, and how long do you want it to sit, right? Some shirts here, these sell pretty quick actually. So the green workman shirt, so like you can craft some of those and get rid of some of these shirts. The flying carpet you need frostweave for. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff you can do with frostweave. But again, it all just takes time, right? It all just takes time to do all this. See, we find my little green shirt here. We'll go ahead and put that bad boy up for 90 and see if we can't offload one. All right, let's check out our next guy. Okay, bank sandwich, my bank Toon, and also where we're going to find out the total profit and what we brought in on this realm. So let's go ahead and open up the mailbox here. As you can see, not a whole lot of sales, but some pretty big sales. So 39,000 gold here. There's some things here that are really, really good, and there's some things here that sort of sucked. The Drustvar Piglet. This used to be, I think, an alliance-only pet, but now you can buy it from a secret vendor. Yeah, so that's what I did. But this thing's been listed for 10K for like a month. Finally dropped it down to 4,700 and sold it. This is just some like tiny transmog stuff here. Heavy mithril boots, I think I probably crafted those. Glyph. And then we get into some bigger stuff here. So this is the archetype of multiplicity. I believe it's like the little bunny pet that you can do at the crafting station in Zareth Mortis. I forget the name of it, but it's the one you need Genesis modes for. Now, these were selling originally for like 9K. I actually got the items for this on live stream. The price dropped, but it did make the sale. So 3,000 there, 3,000 there, and then all of the I mean the stuff to get this is free. The Genesis modes and stuff like that drop. You don't have to pay anything for them; they're just drops. So if you farm that specifically, you can get them pretty quick. Zandalari Shin Chomper. Okay, so this I'm actually gonna make a note here because this is something new that I tried. I unlocked through PvP pet battles a couple weeks ago the secret vendor in Boralis. There's also one in Dazarlar, or I think that's the name of the Horde city in BFA. But yeah, so you unlock it, you get the item, and then from PvP battles, pet battles, and then you have a mission table quest, and then the mission table quest gives you access to the one of two people depending on your faction to get these little pets. And this one actually sold pretty quick, so I'm going to add that to the ones that I typically get. Again, you buy with polished pet charms. I want to say it costs 50 polished pet charms, which is pretty good because you can get that in 2 to 3 mission tables. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's going to be better than any of the gold or anything like that, because you figure if you get 300 gold on some of your mission tables times 3, that's 1,000. But here, if you do it with polished pet charms, you're getting almost 4K. So works better that way. Some glyphs I just offloaded. Transmutant. This comes from a oh my gosh, this one's actually sort of hard to get. This is a pet that only specifically comes from a Legion Daily Transmute that has a chance to drop this pet. It's the only place you can get it, unless you buy it off the auction house. It typically sold for a lot higher, but just offloading some of this stuff, got almost 4K for it. Now, the big red ray gun, 19,000 gold, almost 20,000 gold. Now this, you can park somebody outside of the little goblin guy in Duskmallow Marsh. I have my mage there, and I just log in every once in a while, kill him, and I think I've gotten 1 or 2 from him just doing that. And right here, 20K. So that was probably the biggest one here. 39K altogether. Let's open that up and see what we got for the week. Right, so let's go back to select all players. Okay, so we started, what did we say? We started at 4,433,000, and then now we're at 4,534,000. And I'm pretty sure my TSM is actually going to be working here now. Let's see, so 4,534,000 minus 4,433,000 equals 101,000 gold. So I'm not sure where the discrepancy came from here. See, we've got 4,534,000, and then down here 4,433,000. And this has us at the total profit of 82. Could be maybe like the time difference or something like that. It's a 10:23, and yeah, so not quite sure how that happened unless the times like are a little bit off. So I don't know, but one thing that we do know, the math that we just did right here, 101K, 101,000 for the week on this realm. Not too bad. We're ending at 4,534,000. So that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and check out our next realm. All right. Okay, round 2. Let's see where we ended last week. Last week we ended at 1.336, so 1,336,000 gold. Let's see where we end up today. This is Captain Fantastic, who I want to rename to something cool, but I haven't mained him in a while, so I am not going to do that yet. But I got a pretty good name when I want to start. All right, anyway, jewel crafting and mining. Have not done any mining. Have not done any smelting. Jewel crafting. I've done several things with jewel crafting this week. So let's see. 127K. The biggest thing I want to point out here is the Shadow Ghast necklace. So I don't have all of my legendaries to level 7. I do have the necklace. I want to get the ring as well. I just haven't had time. But these prices, the profits have went up because, again, the mats for them have went down because they're region wide, but the necklace and the item, the legendary itself, is still realm specific. So on this realm, they're still selling between 20 and 24K. So instead of spending 13,000 to make like 1,000, I'm now spending that to make like 9 or 10,000, right? Because before it was like almost 19K to craft, and I was selling for like 22, 23. Now it's like 12 or 13 to craft, and I'm selling for the same price. So making good gold on that. I'm excited about that. And if you look, I actually I sold 4 of them. I've sold every one that I've crafted this week. So I did cancel scan, but very, very like conservatively, right? Like I just did it maybe once a day or something when I logged on. Straddling Sage Agate. I was buying just the Sage Agate for like 100 and then crafting it and selling it for like 200. But then the price went up, so then I did some Osmanite prospecting to where I got the Leviathan's Eye, crafted those, made some gold there, and then Straddling Sage Agates and made some gold there as well. Some quick Oxian rings, still selling some rings there, still selling some necklaces, the 87s and the 262s. Another Shadow Ghast necklace. And just offloading all these little gems that really aren't worth much when you do the prospecting. There's a Straddling Sage Agate right there, 10 of them for almost 2K. Some more Shadow Ghast necklaces, some more Straddling Sage Agate. So just with minimal time, just doing the legendaries and the Sage Agate, I'm doing pretty good on this guy, just logging in every once in a while. In anything that you do, like any crafting profession or whatever, you can make a lot of gold on it specifically if you hone in on it. Like if I decided, hey, I'm going to take jewel crafting and I'm just going to do that all week, you could make a ton. That's just not my play style, right? I like to sort of skip around a bunch. But, you know, it's all up to the individual. So anyway, 127K, let's open this up. Jewel crafting's still doing really well, though. So this guy's actually set up pretty good because I could do mining and then you could do like... you could do smelting, and there's a lot of recipes that I don't have either, but you can smelt, you know, you make 12 gold here. Look at this Titan steel. You're making 98 gold. You're spending 455 gold, but making almost 100 gold here with an 08 sell rate. So you could, so this guy's actually, he's set up to actually do pretty decent. I'm gonna put some time into him. All right, let's check and see, because I am interested just on this guy, how much we made specifically. Deselect all, Captain Fantastic. So it looks like at 1033, looks like we're making, wow, about 91K just on him if we go by this TSM here. So he was at 482. And now he's at, well, I guess it would have been down here, right? Yeah, so 447 and then up to 475,000 for the week. Or actually, I don't know. So sorry if that's confusing. It's confusing to me as well. If anybody knows, right, like Trade Skill Master, so we've got a 482 here. And then now we've got it at 475 here. But it's showing us that the total profit was a 91 K for this one player. So I'm not sure. Couldn't tell you. Even if you do 447 up to 475, it's still not 91K. So I don't really have an answer for that. If anybody knows, leave it down in the comments below. I'm definitely not a trade skill master genius. So maybe somebody out there can help. Right, because this is Saturday. Yep, August 27th on Saturday, and then we come over to Sunday, and then it's Saturday again over here. Not sure. Unless it goes from here, 420 up to, nope, still not it. So, I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, Deadly Bones, Leatherworking and Skinning. Rogue, not the ideal leather worker, right? Because he's not as sturdy for current content kind of stuff. Worgen Druid probably the best, followed by maybe like a Demon Hunter. But the reason I've kept leatherworking on this guy is because I have a pattern for the Warbear Woolies. And look at this. They make almost 20K if you sell them. And then the Warbear Harness, almost 18K. So you may think, who's going to ever pay that much for these, right? The Woolies, well, this is what they look like. Right? It's like the Slutmog stuff. So they're like, oh, who's ever going to make that? And who's ever going to buy that for 20K? Well, let me show you. This guy bought it for 20K. So it definitely sells. And it comes from the Timber Mall Hold vendor. And you have to be exalted with them. Not hard at this point in the game. So let's look at what we got here. Again, the only thing I've done with this guy is relist stuff and do the mission table. Warbear Woolies, 20K, big score for the week. Dessa Leather Arm Guards, probably like 500 gold there. Curing Salt, accidentally sold this off. Couldn't tell you how much I made from it. This is a vendor item. Shadebound Gauntlets and a Green Whelp Scale for 2,900 gold. These used to go for like 100 gold a piece, but they dropped. But that's fine because these come from the Green Whelp farm. So you're farming the Green Whelp and Feralis, and you're skinning the little guys, and you're getting heavy savage leather. I'm not savage leather, just heavy leather, some other kinds of leathers, and the Green Whelp Scale. So that's still a pretty decent farm there. 25K, I'll take it. Let's open it up. All right, and did we get it all? Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Okay, Shroom and Boom. This is a druid. Professions don't really matter because I'm not really using them right now. I haven't settled on professions. Just been doing the mission tables and selling off old Transmog that I have from doing some old dungeon runs, which I haven't done in a while because it just takes more time than I have. So you can see a lot of this is just fish and different kinds of things that sell that I pick up from the mission table. But there's some pretty good stuff here, like this Umberhide Pauldrons. I paid 5 gold for these and then resold them for 760. So that's low level legendary flipping, right? I made a video on it. You can buy a lot of the times the lower level legendaries for like 5-10 gold and then resell them and like sort of reset the market. So made pretty good gold on that. Sort of pattern here, Shadow Cloth, Wrangler's Belt, Transmog for 475. Umberheim Helm, same thing, paid 5 gold for it, sold it for 190. A breastplate for 477. Vanguard Pauldrons, almost 4K. These came from Transmog as well. Exalted Gauntlets, Transmog, almost 1K. Blackforge Bracers, Transmog, 1100. So 10K gold on this guy, not too shabby. Let's open that up. And we'll check out our blacksmither, see if anything's sold, and then we'll do the bank tune and get the total. Okay, Turkey Club. Blacksmither, not even level 60 yet, just because I'm lazy. You can see I've almost got it up to level 60 right here. Just haven't had much time to do that with him. You can see we got a lot of expired crap here that is not selling, but the price on it is good, right? So these were from leveling, these 111s, but these level 87s, I mean, they're listed for like 1,500 gold. So if they do sell, they're going to sell really well. And we did sell one, a ceremonious rapier, and we don't have any more in there, but we probably made about 500 gold on that. So just going to open that up to add that to the pot. Let's check out our bank tune and get the total. Okay, Chubby Butter, bank tune. Nothing really. I don't really have a lot on my bank tune because I have the Brutosaur mount, so I list them on the characters that I craft them on for the most part. But sold a contract, probably didn't make any gold off that. If I did, very minimal. Unbride Helm, again, paid 5 gold for it, sold it for 190. So let's go ahead and open that up. And let's check out this realm, what we've made for the week. We're going to select all here. And we are going to just see where we ended at. So we started here, 1,336,000, and we ended right here at 1,368,000. So let's do the math real quick. What do we say? 1,368. And then minus what we had before, 1,336, about 32K on that. Yeah, and so still the same with TSM. I'm not sure how we go from 136 here to 136. So 1,336 to 1,368. And have the profit down here. It's got to be something to do with the day, right? Maybe it has something to do with like this here, 1,270,000. Yeah, I'm not sure. So maybe it has something to do with the day, the time that I ran it, last time, or the week was. But we'll just trust our faithful math here and say that it was 32K. So altogether for both realms, let's look and see where we ended up at. So 1,368,000 plus 4,534,000 equals 5,902,000. So almost 6 million gold between the two realms. Now I know that's not almost gold cap because it is between two realms, but 6 million gold is pretty good, right? I mean, there's not really anything that you're going to need that you can't get if you've got several million gold on each realm, right? So that's going to let you buy, most of the mounts, flasks, potions, anything you need for PvE, PvP, all that kind of stuff. You're not going to run short of gold doing it that way. So a little bit less than I normally make, about 133K this week. I'm usually 200 or over, but that 40K drop on that augment rune sort of sucked, and pushing more like some 20 keys and taking time to get the faded mount, the achievement, got that this week. So doing some other stuff besides gold making, but the tried and true methods that I've been doing, that I've been talking about, are still selling. They're still doing well. And we're still making gold. So this game, you can make as much gold or as little gold as you want. Depends on how much time you want to put into it. For me, there's a lot of other stuff I like to do in the game besides gold making. So, making a few 100K every week is pretty cool, and helping you all figure out how to do that is also nice as well. TSM is still a little bit tricky, trying to figure out why the numbers don't match up right. I'm sure it's a setting somewhere. I'm just not looking at something probably simple. If you know, let me know down in the comments. yeah, so anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking it out. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more World of Warcraft content. And remember, it's just a game. Have fun with it. Until next time, I'll catch you all later.